Well, well, well. It looks like the mouse is up to trouble again. Here I am making a video not long ago talking about Galaxy's Edge with its 1 new ride and 10 new stores. And you can build a lightsaber for only $200. And you can get a drink of beer. A drink of beer in Disneyland? Walt didn't want alcohol in the park. Walt's dead. And you could get a drink of beer in Disneyland for only $35, up to $75 for mixed drinks. They have mixed drinks in Disneyland? Walt didn't want that. Walt's dead. Hello, and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel, where the party is just getting started. Current events looked at through a skeptical eye using science, history, and sometimes humor to explore the events of the day. Let's get down to business. So, here they are again, back to their Igerland world instead of Disneyland. Oh, no. Walt is dead. This is Igerland, baby. Disneyland makes controversial change to classic attraction. Quote, I am livid. One of the oldest attractions in Disneyland just received an upgrade, but fans are not happy about it. In fact, some of them are actually livid. The Main Street Cinema has been in the park since its opening day in 1955. It was a place where guests could go and take a break while enjoying some old cartoons and air conditioning. The air conditioning is a very, very big deal when it gets really nasty hot. And I've visited Disneyland many times, and I did go watch the cartoons, and I will admit the air conditioning was part of the draw. While Disney is still showing the old animated films, they have reportedly added merchandise into the location, much to the chagrin of many fans. That's right, the $200 lightsabers just didn't bring in enough money. And the hundreds of dollars for costumes and the $40 for t-shirts. For a t-shirt? Yes. And the $40 for a hat. But a hat? No, it's a baseball cap. For $40! Not enough money. No. So now they start putting concessions into Day One's one of the original attractions where you go in there and you watch the cartoons. And I love that place. It's weird because they don't do the sound on the cartoons. They just do player piano, which is, and again, that's just so weird because Mickey Mouse debuted on November 18th. Oh, I don't remember the year. I just remember the day. November 18th. Oh, 1928 or 29? I think it was 28. Anyways, I know you Disney files now. I used to be a Disney file. That's why I know November 18th. Anyways, so he appeared in Steamboat Willie, which was a sound cartoon because the first cartoon that was made with Mickey Mouse was plain crazy, but it didn't have sound, so they held it back so that they could release Steamboat Willie with sound. And that became Mickey's Birthday and Minnie's and Pete's, I guess. So anyways, they made that video. They made that cartoon. And so it's playing in there. But they all have sound. And yet, Steamboat Willie actually does have sound because he's whistling the... Turkey in the Straw. But anyways, the point is, it really was a flashback to the old days of Disneyland. And it's hard to find, actually. You kind of got to know where you're going to get there. And I remember when I found it, I was like 20 years old when I found it. And I was like, wow, what's this? And then I've seen the cartoons, and I love the one where they're playing polo with the celebrities, and the celebrities look just like the horses. That's funny. The Animaniacs brought that idea back in the 90s, but my gosh, this is, 2019. It's been a long time even since the Animaniacs. So that style of comics, I don't know if it's still out there or not anymore. If it is, it's not in the mainstream. It's too bad. It was really good times. But the point is, you went in there and you watched them, and there was a guy who was dressed like a Bobby on many occasions. That would be a cop for some of you guys. And I don't know, when I went there, the cops that were working at Dressed Like a Bobby, they liked to scare the people because you'd think he was a mannequin or whatever the case is, because it's not very well lit, so you can see the cartoons. And he would pop out and scare people, and that was funny. He would just move, and that would scare you. He wouldn't, grab you or anything weird like that, especially nowadays. At me too! Anyways, so they're putting concessions in there. Because again, the $200 for a lightsaber apparently isn't covering the bills. And the $35 for a beer is apparently not enough. No, in Igerland, I'm surprised they're not charging for the toilet yet. I probably shouldn't say that because they're going to take the idea. Anyways, it says Disney has confirmed that the attraction is still called the Main Street Cinema. Who cares what you call it if you're going to put all those stupid, let's see, headbands, coffee mugs, and other souvenirs, according to the Orange County Register. Fans were quick to voice the displeasure online, with many taking to social media passionately let Disney know that they didn't like the change. I guess that's kind of sort of what I'm doing too. As one fan put it, this is a disgrace to what Walt intended the cinema to be used for. Hot Disneyland, do the right thing and put everything back, I tell you. Put everything back. Well, I'm with them on that. And if you're going to open a new place, and you're not even going to call it Star Wars Land, and you're not even going to have Star Wars characters, you're going to have Disney characters in there. Oh, Rey, she's in Star Wars. No. She's in Disney Star Wars. You don't have Darth Vader. You don't have Skywalker. You don't have Star Wars. I'm sorry, guys, but... Can you hear that? They're coming to take me away. Ha. They're coming to take me away. Oh, I better not do that, because they'll, like, hit me up with a copyright strike. Anyways, so... I said it in the Galaxy's Edge video, and I'll say it here. It is absolutely heartbreaking what has happened to Disneyland being turned into Igerland. Disneyland was founded for the purposes, so says Walt Disney in the video Disneyland, which was the TV show that he put on ABC to market Disneyland. He said Disneyland is for educational and entertainment purposes. That was the order. He said it, educational and entertainment. And as I said in the other video, there was everything educational in Disneyland with the exception of Fantasyland. That really was just all for the movies and good times. But everything else really was educational, either historical or world traveling or the Land of Tomorrow, or as he called it, Tomorrowland, with the Monsanto house and everything else. Now, I know Disneyland didn't really get going on all its cylinders until 1959 when they opened the Matterhorn, as well as the monorail and some of the other more visual foundations that you'd like, oh, those are the icons that are Disneyland. Yeah, those really came in 1959, because first they had to see if it was going to work. But the point is, Walt built Disneyland for families so that they wouldn't have to put up with booze like he did in Griffith Park across from Disney Studios up in LA. And so that families could go there and just relax and have a good time, because he wanted to do that with his daughters. And when he would take his daughters over to Griffith Park at the carousel, which is still there, it's much more clean now than it was in his era, which is kind of a nice treat. But anyways, when he went, there was like the drunks in it. So this is the way it's portrayed by him, that there were a bunch of drunks there and he just couldn't stand it. Well, now there's going to be a bunch of drunks in Disneyland. Thank you very little, Mr. Bob Iger. Thank you very little. Believe it or not, human beings should be treated with some love. You call them guests and then you charge them hundreds to get in. I won't say the price because they keep changing it. And then you charge $200 for a lightsaber and have the nerve to call that an attraction. You give them one ride. And that's supposed to be a new land? It's like when they redid Tomorrowland back in the 90s. When it was 98 when it reopened. It was closed for years to rebuild and modernize, and when they opened it, it was not modernized. It was actually done retro to look like it was from Jules Verne era. And instead of having, I think it was 6 rides before, it had 3. Holy smackers. Well, they've outdone themselves with Galaxy's Edge. They've opened it with 1 ride. 1 ride. Oh, good grief. We hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, feel free to like, subscribe, come on back anytime. You're always welcome here as part of the family.